For years, millions of viewers have known Shaun Wallace as the sharp, confident figure on television, composed, intelligent, and always in control. On screen, he represents authority, quick thinking, and professionalism. But like many public figures, what audiences see is only part of the story. Now at 65, Shaun is opening up about something far more relatable than fame: the quiet pressures that come with being in the public eye for so long. Television creates a powerful illusion. Viewers see polished moments, quick wit, and steady confidence. What they don't see are the long hours, constant travel, preparation, and the mental energy required to stay sharp year after year. Shaun has spent decades building a reputation based on knowledge and composure. That kind of consistency doesn't happen by accident. It takes discipline, focus, and sacrifice. Behind the scenes, he has had to navigate the pressure to never make mistakes publicly, the expectation to always be knowledgeable, the challenge of staying relevant in a fast-changing media world. Smiling on camera becomes second nature, even on days when energy is low or life feels heavy. Turning 65 is a milestone for anyone. It brings reflection, perspective, and sometimes difficult questions. Have I done enough? What truly matters now? How do I want to spend the next chapter of my life? For someone in the public eye, aging can feel different. There's an unspoken pressure to keep up, stay sharp, and prove you still belong. Shaun has quietly faced that reality, not with fear, but with thoughtfulness. He has spoken about appreciating time more now. Fame fades, shows change, audiences move on, but family, health, and peace of mind become more important with each passing year. Fans often connect with the TV personality, but rarely see the person behind it. Off-camera, life is simpler and more grounded. Like many people his age, Shaun values routine, close friendships, and moments away from noise. He understands something many only realize later in life. Success doesn't cancel out normal human emotions. Even confident, accomplished people have quiet days, reflective moments, and personal battles no one else notices. And that's okay. In fact, that honesty is what makes his story powerful. It reminds fans that strength isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about continuing forward with grace. Shaun's story connects because it reflects something universal. You can look strong while carrying invisible pressure. Whether someone works in television, an office, or at home, everyone understands the effort of showing up every day with a smile. His experience highlights the importance of resilience, the value of perspective with age, the quiet courage of staying committed to your path. At this stage of life, legacy matters more than headlines. For Shaun, that legacy isn't just about television success. It's about consistency, professionalism, and inspiring others to keep learning, no matter their age. He represents lifelong growth, proof that knowledge, discipline, and calm presence never go out of style. Today, when viewers see Shaun Wallace smile on screen, it carries more meaning. It isn't just a TV expression. It reflects experience, endurance, and a lifetime of lessons learned along the way. Behind that smile is someone who has worked hard, stayed steady, and continues forward with quiet strength. And maybe that's the real story. As life moves forward, certain moments quietly reshape how a person sees everything. For Shaun, experience has taught him that success isn't measured only by applause or recognition. It's measured by balance. Years of working in a fast-paced, high-expectation environment showed him something important. Slowing down is not weakness, it's awareness. There were days in the past when work came first without question. Travel schedules, filming demands, preparation. The routine rarely paused. But time has a way of reminding people that energy is valuable and where you spend it matters. Now, reflection plays a bigger role in his life than ever before. Despite public recognition, Shaun has never lost touch with ordinary life. That grounded mindset has helped him handle the ups and downs that come with a long career. Fame can be loud, opinions come fast,
Praise one day can turn into criticism the next. Staying calm in that environment requires inner stability, something built quietly over years. He understands that public image is only one part of identity. Who you are off camera, your values, your integrity, your discipline matters more in the long run. That mindset has become one of his greatest strengths. With age comes a different rhythm. The future feels less like a race and more like a series of meaningful moments. Shaun has spoken about enjoying simpler things more now: conversations, familiar routines, quiet time. These aren't dramatic changes, they're subtle shifts in priority, but they carry deep meaning. He has learned that not every opportunity needs to be taken. Rest is productive too. Peace is more valuable than pressure. This awareness doesn't come overnight. It comes from years of experience, lessons, and perspective. One thing that stands out is how many people relate to his journey, not because it's flashy, but because it's real. Viewers see someone who has stayed consistent, respectful, and focused for decades. That kind of stability is rare in any field. Without speeches or big statements, he quietly shows professionalism lasts, knowledge grows with time, character shows
Influence
in
reaches
consistency.
further than television. Sometimes the strongest stories aren't loud. They're built through routine, discipline, and simply not giving up. Shaun's journey reflects endurance, showing up year after year, staying prepared, and maintaining composure even when pressure builds. That kind of strength doesn't demand attention, but it earns respect. This stage of life isn't about proving anything, it's about choosing what matters. There's still passion for learning, still pride in doing work well, but now decisions come with deeper awareness of time, energy, and personal well-being. The future isn't about chasing noise, it's about meaningful presence. At its core, this isn't just a story about a public figure, it's about a universal truth. Everyone carries unseen effort behind their smile. Whether in front of cameras or in everyday life, people balance responsibilities, expectations, and personal reflection. Seeing someone acknowledge that reality, calmly, without drama, feels honest and comforting. It reminds viewers they're not alone in their own quiet challenges. Today, Shaun Wallace's smile represents more than confidence. It reflects resilience, perspective, and years of lived experience. It's the smile of someone who understands both pressure and peace and has learned how to carry both with dignity. And sometimes that quiet strength is the most powerful story of all. As the years move forward, what stands out most about Shaun Wallace isn't just his knowledge or on-screen presence, it's the steadiness he has carried through every chapter of his life. In an industry where many come and go, he remained, not by chasing attention, but by staying prepared, disciplined, and true to himself. That quiet reliability became his signature. People may remember the answers, the authority, the sharp mind, but those who look closer see something deeper, consistency of character, and that kind of legacy lasts longer than fame. Strength isn't always loud, it's not always dramatic. Sometimes strength is simply continuing, with patience, with balance, with dignity. Shaun's journey shows strength can look like staying calm under expectation, growing without losing humility, accepting change without fear. There is power in adapting, in learning, and in understanding that every stage of life has its own purpose. Without grand speeches, his story quietly says something many people need to hear. You don't have to be perfect to be respected. You don't have to be loud to be strong, and you don't have to stop growing just because time moves forward. These are lessons that reach beyond screens and studios. At this stage, success feels different. It's less about proving, more about appreciating, less about speed, more about meaning. The pace slows, but the depth increases. There's value now in rest, in reflection, in choosing moments that truly matter. That shift isn't giving up, it's understanding life more clearly.
Through years of change, one thing remained constant, that familiar smile. But now it represents more than confidence. It represents experience, resilience, perspective, quiet courage. A smile shaped not by ease, but by endurance. This story connects because it isn't really about television at all. It's about life moving forward, about growing older with awareness instead of fear. It's about realizing that behind every composed exterior is a human being doing their best, learning, adjusting, continuing. And that realization brings comfort. Shaun Wallace's journey reminds us that the most meaningful victories aren't always the ones people cheer for. Sometimes the greatest achievement is simply staying true to yourself while the world changes around you. Not dramatic, not loud, just steady. And in the end, that quiet strength speaks louder than anything else.